Hey, it looks like I'm live again. It's a raining night tonight. It's raining. I'm very cozy in here and, well, trying to get cozy again. I was very cozy. You know, when you move your blankets and you were cozy before, and now all of a sudden you're not cozy anymore because you moved the blankets? Well, I was very cozy until I set all this up. Alright, I'm still very cozy. There we go. Oh, let me just set this up so I can answer questions live. 1 second. All right. Wow, I have a whole bunch of questions here. Chris L. All right, Chris L. I just started this, and Chris L is going arrivederci. How's the sound, Lloyd? How you doing, Lloyd? How's the sound in on your end? Is it good? How is it? How's the sound? Did I push in the microphone? Yeah. All right, cool. Look, Jude says hello. The sound is very low. Why is the sound very low? Do I have to turn up the volume? All right. All right. The sound might be very low because I'm talking low. Is that why the sound? That's probably the way the sound is low. I can bring you a little bit closer. Okay, 1 second. I didn't think of this before. Okay, 1 second, folks. I have a contraption over here. Okay. All right. Whoop, buddy, you gotta behave yourself. All right. Here we go. See, that's better. See, now you're a little closer to me. Before a little bit further away. So, like I said in the beginning, oh, it's raining. It's been raining most of the day. And today I didn't feel like doing much. So, um, I've been in here most of the day. Been doing some stuff. Been pacing back and forth. I wish I could, but maybe in the future. I don't know why it needs more volume. Um, I'm talking right. I can't talk too loud though. I'm at a fine hotel. I can't. I have to be. I can't talk too loud. So maybe that's a problem. Um, okay, is it low because I'm not talking loud? Is this better if I talk like this? Can you hear me better? I can't talk too loud. I have to be. I have to be careful. Uh, all right. So this is what it's like to be over here, nice and comfortable while it's raining outside. It's really. What did Jude say? Well, folks, I can't talk too loud. All right, maybe I can bring you a little bit closer. All right, pretty soon you're gonna be right over my face. Okay, all right, buddy, behave yourself. Okay, how can I do this? I gotta try to fix buddy over here. All right, there you go. All right, now that's too weird. All right, is that better? All right, is that better? Is the sound a little better? Not a little closer. A little closer, you're gonna be right on top of me. Is that better? Anybody? Am I still live? Maybe I'm not live anymore. Oh, I can't see. Oh, it's all good. All right. Uh, maybe I should turn this like this a little bit more. Here we go. All right. Well, this phone here, I can't really rely on this one because I don't have a lot of service on this one. So I guess I'm just gonna have to. How you doing, Georgie? Georgie says hi. Um, maybe I should leave this on. Maybe I'll be able to see the comments once in a while. This phone froze up because I only have one bar 4G, so that's useless. But this is what it's like to be nice and comfortable in a van. It's raining, and I'm just laying here, and I can. It's actually 59 degrees. I'm just looking at the weather, and this feels really comfortable. Yesterday was a little bit warm, on a warm side, 80s, and a little bit humid. But today is relatively cool. It's probably still humid, but it don't feel as much because it's cold. And when I say it's cold, it's 59 degrees, and maybe because I'm used to Florida now, 59 degrees, it's cold. Go figure. I used to laugh at Lydia when she said, "Oh, it's like 67 degrees. I'm freezing." I'm like, "Really? Come on." And now I'm kind of like the same way, I guess. So it's 59, and it's a little bit cool. It's not cold. It's just cool. I do have my Webasto if I have to, but I'm not going to do that. And over here where I'm parked for the night, I don't really want to do that. Now, if I was parked in a different way, I might do that. Or if I was parked closer to a road. So, uh, if I'm at a hotel, right, and I'm parked near a road, and once in a while there's traffic noise going by, and the exhaust from my Webasto is facing the road, then that's going to muffle. The road noise is going to muffle the Webasto, and so nobody's going to hear it. But where I'm parked, the right side of the van, the side that doesn't have the Webasto exhaust and intake, is facing a little island, and then the left side is facing the rest of the parking lot. So even if I wanted to, I probably wouldn't turn the Webasto on just because of that. And but if it was raining a lot and it was really cold, then I could turn my Webasto on because people come here, go to the hotel, they park. They don't want to stand outside getting wet, right? And the time that they're standing outside, they're not going to hear the little noise that Webasto makes because of the rain, the noise of the rain and people talking and all that stuff. Nobody's going to hear that. So this phone is still useless. I still can't see the comments. So here's one. Okay, I only saw a little bit of it. I don't want to touch the phone too much, but it does get really hot in New Jersey. So, hey, Jim just showed up. So, being bundled up like this is really enjoyable. I like being like this, actually. I would prefer being like this all year round than having the heat on. And, but I know that even next week it's going to be. I just looked at the weather, and sometime next week, I think it's next week, it'll be 88, approaching 90. So I know that the 90s will be coming over here to New Jersey. It'll be 90 for weeks at a time sometimes. Sometimes even reaches into the hundreds. And high humidity. Last year, was it last year? Or the year before, I remember. Well, last year was hot too, but I don't think it was as hot as the year before. The year before that, I remember it was so hot, I would go into a mall just to cool off and do some editing. And then I would come out like at 10 o'clock at night, and you open the door to the outside, and it's like you opening the door to an oven. And if you live in hot climates, you know what it's like. So, and I've experienced a little bit of that hot weather since I left Florida, because Florida was a little bit warm, but then as I drove to Alabama and as I got closer to Tennessee, it started warming up into the upper 80s and 90s, and it stayed. I think it stayed in the upper 80s and 90s throughout northern Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. It was really hot in the 90s and high humidity. So, and then as soon as I reached Pennsylvania, the weather kind of cooled down a little bit. And since I've been back to work, it's not too bad. I can't complain. There've been a couple little warmish days, but yeah, I know 20%. I know that I gotta plug this phone in. I know that the really hot weather is gonna come soon. So, but I do have. I wish I had better service with this stupid thing. Whenever I need it, it never has connection. Um, I do have something to keep me cool this summer. I haven't finalized it yet. I do have the main, I guess I could say the main ingredient. I have the main apparatus, let's say. Um, I just need to finalize it. So once I finalize it, I will tell everybody. Hopefully, somebody else will not make one before I do, because I've been waiting all this time. I've told everybody that I have something coming. I don't know if you remember or not me mentioning that, but it would be funny that just before I actually film it and finalize it, film it, and put it on YouTube, somebody else makes one, and then it looks like I'm copying somebody, but I'm not. And I'm not saying what it is. Some people are guessing, and I can't say what it is. I do have the main apparatus. I just need to do some more stuff. So it's hard for me to read the comment. They go by so quick. And this thing here, it's still not working. It says no service. If I let go of it, it's funny. If I'm holding it, it has no service, and then I put it down, and then it gets service. Somebody said hi, Lewis. I couldn't see who it was. I don't want to touch this phone because it's sitting here very precariously, and if I touch it, it's going to move on me. So I don't want to give you a moving image, like a unstable image. here. I'm very cozy in my van. And if this was winter, I would still be very cozy, especially with the new stuff that I have in my van. You haven't seen that yet. It's coming up maybe next week or so. It will be coming up. But I have new stuff in my van. Allows me to be much more comfortable. And if this was winter, I could have my Webasto running all night without even worrying a bit that my batteries would drain off. So I do not intend on being here for the winter, but I'll have to be here until December. So if by then, if the weather starts getting cold, or if it's colder this year than it was last year, then I'll have my Webasto and I can use that. It doesn't look like I'm in a prison cell. This is my home. What do you mean? It looks like I'm in a prison cell. This is my home. This is. I'd rather be here than in an apartment. I'd rather be right here. Actually, I should sit up a little bit better, a little bit more. But I'd rather be in here than be in an apartment. I'd rather be here than be in a house, and that's the truth. Um, this is so. It's to me. It's very comfortable. I know that I can't stand up. I wish I did, but I can't, and I'm fine with that. But it's very comfortable. If I had to, I could be in here for days and days, and not, you know, and not be uncomfortable. 2 times in one day, yes. This morning it was just a warm up, uh, and right now it's the real deal. Right now you could say it's the real deal. I meant to do this last night, but I wasn't sure if I had good enough service. How's the service, by the way? Is it coming clear? Is it good? Because I wasn't sure if I had a good enough service, and then I was tired. I don't know if I fell asleep or whatever, so I ended up not doing it. And I figure, I have to do it today because I said that I was going to try to do this every weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday. So uh, next weekend I'll have the kiddies, so maybe I can do it live and with them if they agree. If they don't like no want to, I'm not going to force them. But if they want to, then I can do this because my daughter, she'll be working until about 4 or something, and then we'll be free the rest of the evening, and then we can do this live. And I'll probably do it at 9 o'clock because I think it's a good time for everybody. All right, everybody agrees the video and the sound is good. I have a special mic on the phone. I wish I had a mirror here. I could show you what I have. But it's a little mic that I plug into the I plug in right here to the phone, and then has it you can turn it different directions, and it's like a ball, like a ball that well, it's the foam thing for the wind protecting the mic. So it's like a mic. So yeah, and yeah, here I am, my cozy little apartment. Actually, I could let me turn this around. My apartment is a mess, but I don't care. I'm the only one here. All right. So there's. Why isn't it focusing? Oh, there you go. There's all the states I've visited so far. Got all those new states right there. That's cool. I only have one, two, three, four, 5 states in the South. Come on, focus. That's it. And I got a TV. So if you have a TV in your house, so do I. I got lights. I got a fan. I got fans. I got two more over there. Sorry about the mess there, but it is what it is. I got 2 tables, and I can't show you much more because then I'm going to give some stuff away, but it's very cozy. I mean, look at my view from here. I got all this room right here. And, yep. So let's turn this around. Well, maybe I can hold this now. Maybe I'll hold it for a little bit. What do you think? I can hold it. When are we going to see the upgrades in my van? Those upgrades will be coming up probably next week or so, maybe by the end of next week. If not by the end of next week, then the beginning of the following week. What time is it for me? It's about 8:40ish. 8:40 something, I think. Where's my phone? All right. 8:42. So, where are you folks watching this from? I know many of you are over here in the States, but probably some of you are somewhere else. Nobody wants to say. Let me see if I have. Nope, I still don't have service. North Carolina, Southern Illinois, Lancaster, PA, California, Ohio, Lake Mary, Florida. You know I'm in Florida. Georgia's in Florida. Georgia, California, South Dakota, Ontario, Canada, Poconos. Cool. I've been Iceland. Columbia 277 is in Iceland. It must be cold over there. Frankfurt, Canada, Ontario, Georgia, Massachusetts, all over the place. Emerald Isle, North Carolina. I know where Sandra is. Ed is asking if I've ever been to the Poconos. No, Ed, I've never been there. Sorry. Gainesville, Florida. I've been almost everywhere that you folks are mentioning, and except I've never been to Iceland and Ontario, Anniston, Alabama, Michigan, been to Michigan, Citrus Springs, Florida. I've never been to Ontario. I've never been to Ontario. I've been to Canada though. I've been to Montreal. 1992, I went to Montreal to watch a Formula One race. If you ever watch Formula One races, I went there when Ayrton Senna, the Brazilian phenomenon, was still driving. So this was 1992. So somebody mentioned, I didn't see the name, somebody mentioned about, oh, I can touch this now since I'm holding it. Have you ever thought about starting your own RV installation business? James Grimmett is asking. No, I don't want to do that. It's very hard. It's very hard on my back, my knees, everything. You know, I have to be bending in all kinds of ways, and it's something I don't want to do for a living. Oops. What? Tyler Thomas said, I just got here. I thought we were saying where we live. I just asked where people were watching from. Georgie's from New Jersey. That affects us old men, Ronald says. Well, Ronald, you speak for yourself. But, yeah. And Minnesota. Alice from Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. I missed Minnesota by. I could have slipped and fall into Minnesota, and I just. Same thing with Nebraska. I could have tripped and fall into Nebraska. And darn it, I didn't go to Nebraska. Oh well. But now Nebraska, it's like stuck in the middle of the country. If you look at my map, if you go back and look at the map, you'll see that Nebraska is like missing in the middle of the country. I don't know what to do in Nebraska. I'll have to go back to through other states again just to see Nebraska, but it's all good. I'll see Nebraska. I think I saw Nebraska from a distance, from Iowa and from South Dakota and from yeah, I'm from Kansas and Colorado and Missouri, but I did miss Nebraska and Washington. Washington is like the only state in the Northwest or in the West of the United States that I didn't see. So, got to go to Washington one of these days. I can't see. Frank V. Hi Lewis, I actually caught up with watching all your videos. I'm current now. I fell behind due to work. The videos are interesting and entertaining. Well, it's thank you, Frank. It's 960 some videos. That's a lot of videos to watch. I mean, I don't. It's it's a lot of videos to watch. You must have a lot of patience and thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you for watching. I made them so people can watch and thank you for watching. Lala Tov, Lewis. Lala Tov. Mike. Linda is asking what kind of type of construction I work in. I work in general construction. I work with heavy equipment, and for the past 7 years, I was working with the same company doing uh, different things, building platforms for cranes, grading dirt, excavating for pipes, different types of pipe, water, electrical, sewer, and loading trucks, grading with a bulldozer, and then grading with a grader, and just doing general stuff. And now I'm working for a landscaper, and he's not like a regular landscaper. They do a lot of ball fields, and so I've been working on one ball field in particular, and we are supposed to finish tomorrow, but now it's raining, so I don't know if we're going to be able to. Everything is going to be wet. I don't know what's going to happen, but after we are done there, I think I'm going to go. They're going to send me somewhere else. So I don't know what's going on the next few days, but um, that's what I do for a living. That's my, how should I put it? My what's the word? Um, Darn it! I forgot the word. I forgot what I was going to say. It's it's my GoFundMe. That's how I fund myself. That's I do it the old-fashioned way. So I see some comments here. I have to touch the screen. I'm sorry. James McGraw is in Ocala, Florida. James, I was not far from Ocala all summer. You could have said something. Oh, Kelly Giddens. I've seen all your videos too. I've enjoyed them a lot. Oh, thank you, Kelly. James, are you back in Florida? No, I'm not in Florida. I'm in New Jersey. I I'm here for work purposes. So, Al Grace asks, Lewis, do you really sleep well most nights? Yeah, I last night. See, it's probably my fault because the night before I was up late just doing stuff and 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 then of course because I was up late the night before last night, I it was like 2:30 in the morning and I couldn't sleep because I was up late the night before. So that's my fault. But usually most nights I come in here, I lay down and like that, like that. I go right to sleep. Um, it doesn't matter where I'm parked. It never bothered me. Once I go to sleep, I go to sleep. And in the beginning, I was a little concerned. I mean, I was just in the beginning. I had this thought in the back of my mind: what if I snore and somebody walks by and hears me? Well, it's been 4 years, folks, and I have to do an anniversary video. But it's been 4 years living in a van, and never once somebody knocked on my van or rang the doorbell and said, "Hey, you snoring too loudly in there. You are disturbing our walk." Never once. So if I snore, oh, now you come to life? Seriously? Oh no, no life again. No life yet. Um, okay. Is this okay? Me holding the phone? Is this? It's not making you dizzy? If it's making you dizzy, if it's bothering you, I'll put it down. If not, I'll keep holding it. I'm gonna look at the comments real quick. When am I retiring to Florida? I have to work a couple more years, about 3 years, 2 to 3 years, and then I can retire fully or maybe partially. I'm not sure yet because I will be. I can't say. Should I say my age? I don't know if I should say that. uh, I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say. How old do you think I am? That is the question. How come I can't see the comments? Okay. How you doing, Minivan Mike? Uh, you don't need a commercial. Tyler Thomas is inquiring. Uh, Darn it. This thing is annoying when I have to do that. Is inquiring if I have some type of commercial heavy equipment operator's license. You don't need the commercial heavy equipment operator's license. You do need a license if you have a CCO. And well, that's the license. A CCO is a license to operate cranes. So if you are thinking of operating any type of crane, even a forklift, you need a license for that. For the heavy equipment that I operate, I don't need a license for that. You just need to know what you're doing. And that's basically it. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, here comes the guess. Colombia. I'm 57. Come on. Do I look 57? That's it. I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. 57? Seriously? James, you're very welcome. I'm trying to read these comments. Herman Dario Patino is in Medellin, Colombia. Oh wow. How you doing, Colombia? Let me get my Spanish here. I spoke Spanish to Lydia's mom, and I was very good at it. Uh, how is it, El Colombia? Is Godo? That's my Spanish. That's how I spoke to Lydia's. That's how I spoke with Christian. Just kidding with the kid. But ¿Cómo está Colombia? ¿Está bien? See, I speak a little bit Spanish. I can scratch at it. Okay, I gotta read these. Holy moly, you people are so bad. Colombia says 57. I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Bob says 58. I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Sandra says 58. Sandra, I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Anne Marie Truax says 48. Anne Marie, I like you. Lori Marr says 50. I'm not sure if I like you. Minivan Mike says 53. Mike, I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Sally Vela, 61. I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Jude says 54. I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. Georgie says 48. 8 body. Good. I like Georgie. Ed says 88. Ed, I'm dissing you for the rest of my channel. Uh, Colombia says 47. I like you, Colombia. I always said I like you. Wait a minute. Didn't you say something else before? Oh, you said 57. Oh, now you're trying to redeem yourself. I see how it is. I see how it is. 1 second, folks. Arrivederci. Vazel is in upside down land Monday, 10:56 a.m. He's in Australia. I've been to Australia. Okay, let me clarify about the retiring part. I'm retiring early. Okay, don't never mind the white hair. Okay, I'm retiring early. That's what I should have said. I'm not. I'm not. Uh, you people are bad. Georgie says you do not look. You do not look 57 or 61. Sally Vela says 51. Sally, I don't know how I feel about you. Didn't you see something else before? James Gremmett says 46. Thank you, James. I like you, man. We should hang out together sometime. Smooth Smooth Operator says 56 and a half. Smooth Operator, I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. That's it. Maddie says 57. I had 57 in September. Well, good for you, but I'm dissing you for the rest of the night. That's it. Okay. Everybody's guessing all over the place. So, some of you are very close. Yeah, Bob retired at 42. You're never too old or too young to retire. Lloyd Price says you look mid 40s, but must be 52 to retire in 3 years. Because you are thinking, I'm going to retire at 55. But I was going to say that I'm going to retire about 3 years before 55. So, so because I'll still have 3 years left. Hey, Magali Avila. Hi. So I'll still have 3 years until 55. So I may have to work part time a little bit every year until 55. So, what? Santos Barrios. Hey, I don't know you. I just joined, so whatever. Hey, watch. So whatever. Just keep watching. It's all good. Okay. 49. Or let's stop guessing. That's enough. We're gonna do a whole video about guessing my age. I'm gonna be 50 in October. It's the big 50 for me. So yeah, I don't feel 50. I don't, when my parents were 50, and I was uh, 30, so my mom is 20 years older than me. I thought, wow, they're old. But then I got to 50, like, wait a minute, I don't feel old. I don't feel 50. How is 50 supposed to feel? You know, I don't know. I mean, people decades ago when they got to 50, they just seemed to act different, and then they acted old, I guess. And so I don't feel 50, so it's all good. Some of you are very close. What? How old is Lydia? Okay, if you promise me not to tell anybody, just keep it shush. I'll tell you how old Lydia is. Promise me you won't tell anybody? Okay. Lydia is ring ring. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. The phone is ringing. Hello? Hi, Lydia. Hold on a second. It's Lydia on the phone. Yes. Uh, yeah, I was about to. How do you know that? I was about to say I can't do it. Well, nobody. They won't tell anybody. I shouldn't do it. If I do it, goodbye, Florida. I won't be allowed to come back. Really? Oh, darn it. No cobbler either. I can't have any cobbler, she says, and I can't go back. I do have the codes to your solar set up. I could just send the codes and everything will go kaput. You don't know what kaput means. No cobbler, eh? Darn it. Okay, alright, bye. Darn it. She said if I mention her age, there's no cobbler. So I can't say her age. I'm sorry. I mean, I'd like to go back to Florida and say hi again, and especially eat that cobbler that she makes. It's very good. So I can't I can't say her names, her age. Sorry. Lydia looks 30. Yes, she's about that age, 30ish. So let's just leave it at that. She'll be very happy with that. So yeah. Let me see some of the other comments that were here real quick. Lydia is watching. I don't know if Lydia is watching. She called me. She must know that I'm doing this. I don't know. A party. I'm not going to have a party. So I'm not. I usually don't have. I don't do a birthday party. It's just another year for me. So darn it. What? Yeah. So when I was in my 30s, when I was in my 20s, I thought people in the 50s they were very old. You know. And then as you get closer to the age of 50, you start realizing, wait a minute, that's not as old as I thought it was. And then one day, hey, if you were watching this and you were in your 20s, listen, Mister or girly, you're gonna be in your 50s sooner than you think, because these years they just go by just like that. Canadian A. Any dating or marriage advice? No, not really. Well, my advice to you is okay, here. I do have an advice. Where are you, male or female? Canadian. Hey, Canadian. You were male or female? Tell me who you are so I can address this properly. My parents are still in good health, thank God. Okay, Canadian is a male. Okay. Here's my advice to you for dating or for marriage. If you're dating, if you're not married, then always treat a lady like a lady. Okay? And uh, if you do that, you'll have a good relationship. And if you're married, try to you know try to stick with your marriage because everybody's gonna have problems. But my advice is stick with your marriage if you're married. If you're not married, then treat a lady like a lady. That's what I always try to tell my son when I could. So and that's my best advice. So if you do that, she'll respect you and just be who you are. Really be who you are. Don't pretend to be something else just to date someone. Just be who you are. And if she likes you, she likes you. If she doesn't like you, eventually you'll meet somebody else. So that's my best advice. I was this close from not getting cobbler and from being kicked out of Florida. But good thing I didn't tell her age. So yes, find someone. Sally Vala said it very well. Find someone compatible and compassionate. Okay, you could have someone that you think is compatible, but if the person is not compassionate towards you, if the person doesn't treat you, doesn't the love that the person has for you, if it doesn't come through, it doesn't if it doesn't show, then you're in a wrong relationship. Okay, because okay, I'm not gonna go there because I'm not gonna. All right, moving on. What noise? Patriot is asking, what's that noise? I have two noises in here. Actually, I have three noises. One, it's the one that's coming out of my mouth. Two, it's the fan. And three, it's raindrops. So, how you doing, John? So that's the three noises that you hear. Right now you hear the sound that's coming out of my mouth. So, let me go at the comments here real quick. All right, folks. We are nearing 50 minutes of me holding the phone. Janice. Janice says, okay, I'm in my car now. I didn't know you were not in your car. Janice, what happened? What happened, Janice? Darn it, I keep touching the wrong thing here. Uh, Look, folks, I installed some lights in my van. I'm gonna I'm gonna do this to my fingers. They're automatic. They're gonna come on. You tell me what you think. Ready? You like these lights? They're special. These are cool lights. I installed them recently. Oh, they're right up here. Oh yeah. Look how nice they are. Look at this. I like them. You know, makes me. I can't rock the van too much because then I'll be caught. But you know, it is what it is. I should turn them off, shouldn't I? Darn it. Uh, but okay, back to normal. What? What time is it here? Oh, he must have Colombia in Iceland. Must have Googled it in Portuguese. He's asking me for the time. It's uh it's 9:13 in the afternoon, in the evening. Oh, look, my comments came back. Come on, refresh. Okay, I'm just gonna give up on this one. But anyway, folks, I've been holding the phone for almost an hour, and what time is it? 9:13. So I'm gonna have to go to sleep because I have work tomorrow. I'm gonna get up at 4:30 in the morning. Tony, did I finish my cooling project? Not yet. It's coming. It's coming. But so I that's my GoFundMe. I work all summer and spring and fall. Well, this spring not so much, but and that's how I fund myself, the old-fashioned way. So I do have to. I get up when I'm not working. Well, when I'm working, when I'm not working, I get up whenever. But when I'm working, I get up at 4:30 in the morning, depending how far I am from work, because I like to be there by around 5, and then I make my breakfast. So I have 2 hours. I have about an hour and a half. Make breakfast, eat breakfast, get dressed, get ready, go out of the van, put my boots on, get the gloves, get the keys for the machines, get my earplugs, and be ready to work by 7. So about 4:30 every day of the week. That's why when I'm off, I relax a little bit. I just like, you know what? I've done this all, for about 8 months, 8, 9 months, 4:30 every day of the week. So right now, I don't care when I wake up, and if I go to sleep late, I go to sleep late. So that's the way it is. But I do have to get up early tomorrow and go to work. I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. I have to do it. And yeah, so I'll see you next Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll let you know beforehand so you have a little bit of notice. Maybe I'll have my daughter Elise and my son Joshua, Papa Smurf, with me. I'm not sure. I can't guarantee that. But if I do, you'll see them, and we'll have fun when we do it together. we have a good interaction, and it's fun. So, and oh yes, Colombia says he speaks Portuguese. Somehow I don't know. If we are in Iceland, you're probably using a Google Translator, so most likely I could be wrong. So everybody have a good night, and wherever you are, or good morning. Vas L is in Australia, down under, and it's now morning. So if you are um, in Australia, have a good morning, and somewhere else, have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, and I will see you. Take care until next time.